Hello and welcome to the Realtor Advantage program. This is an AI-powered platform for next-level real estate service. I'm Sid, and I'll be walking you through the whole website, how it works, and what are the features of the website. So let's log into the website first. After you log in, the first thing you see is basically the whole dashboard of whatever are the active listings, the flyovers requested, the reports that have been generated, and the number of clients that are enrolled in SkyGuard. So one good thing that this website gives first is the economic pulse, which is an 82 for this specific set of houses. And it is all calculated based on the real census data of the area, based on the active area development, strong consumer spending, stable manufacturing, and low unemployment. So you can see all these percentages calculated, and all of these percentages are based on the actual data. And based on that, there's an overall score that has been given by the AI that we are using for this website. And it also shows you the active listings that are there. So there are a few statuses that each and every listing has. One is the awaiting form, and then inspection scheduled, inspection completed. And if you click on view all, you can actually see there's one house with a report ready. So when you awaiting form is basically after you send the request of the inspection. Once the homeowner fills out the application, then there'll be an inspection done in 24 to 48 hours. And you can see all this dashboard. In this dashboard, you can actually go to schedule inspection, and then you can basically add your clients from here. You can either directly add the clients that you already have on the website, or you can manage your clients by adding them here, filling in their details and everything, or you can add your client directly from here itself. It also takes an input called client type, whether it's the buyer or the seller, and based on the specific profile, the recommendations will be made based on the buyer side of market or the seller side of market. Let's say we select this client called John Doe, and then the property address is this, and we have an inspection date at probably 4th, and then the inspection time is maybe 12:30 in the noon. And the transaction type is also one other input, which is basically if it's a pre-listing inspection or if it's just a buyer analysis. And then upon scheduling, the client receives an email with the inspection details, and whoever is the realtor that is sending the email, and then there'll be a link that they'll get to complete the pre-inspection form. Now let's click on schedule and send email. So after I click on this, there'll be an entry with this to be sent, and the client receives an email for the same. And when I click on view details, the overall apartment, wherever that is, or the house will be shown in a satellite view. And then a lot of details will be there. Basically, you'll also have a request status. Basically, right now there's a scheduling request sent, so it's in schedule. Once the drone flight is in process, it comes to in progress, and once the report is ready, it gives you the report ready. And this is the basic information that is there until you get a report. Let's go back and see how the report looks once it's completely completed. So as I open it, this is a house called 12917 Nani Drive, and this is the location of the house and the satellite view. And as you can see, it also takes the MLS ID as an input, and then it gives you the owner's name and the requested date. And since it's a pre-listing, it's shown as pre-listing. You can either deliver the report directly to the client, whoever is there, the owner, or share it in other forms, or you can basically export it as PDF and then show it. And also you can see the status has been updated to report ready. Once it has been delivered, it will change to delivered. And this is the whole report overview in the start, which has the details and analysis about the roof and the house. Basically, its roof condition, estimated age, damage severity that is there, and estimated repair costs, which might be actually a good thing to look at to increase the house's cost, or other numbers that can be altered with this. So the overall, it also gives you an overall AI summary where it shows it tells you a basic overview about what all findings it found about the house. Like it reveals that it's an overallly good property, and then it has a little bit of minor maintenance and small paint touch-ups and stuff like that. There are no major structural concerns or municipal violations detected. So property is basically market ready with minor repairs to be done. So it also gives you a few recommendations, like there are a few shingles that have been broken on the south facing slope, and then it gives you details about repair the minor crack in the front walkway. It catches such small details. And it might also tell you to basically change your HVAC unit. And it also gives you detailed findings by category, basically if it's a roof or if it's a problem with gutters or exterior walls in a detailed way, and an overall estimated repair for the same. And it gives the property photos of it as well. And these are the property photos. And based on all the information in this, it brought you whatever findings it has found on the about the whole house. And going into the details, so we have a whole rating system which basically gives an overall score based on the property condition, and taking many factors into consideration, such as structural integrity, roof condition, exterior walls, how is the weather resistance, the overall maintenance score, how the upkeep is of the owner, and then compliance score, basically if all the municipal code and permit compliances are followed or not, and then the lifespan of the house remaining, and then whether the house is market ready or not. So 83 is a really good market readiness score based on all the other factors. And it also gives you a neighborhood score based on the location quality, the amenities around, and the safety. The next tab we have is safety, which gives you details about the fire risk, wind resistance, and water damage risk, which are deadly. So the overall rating of that house in a safety assessment is 80, based on its look around the house. Let's say there's no fire hose, then there's a whole fire hazard assessment. And then it also gives you a neighborhood score based on the walk score, basically if you can walk to your grocery stores or not. And this has a really good walk score, but it has an average transit score. So it has considerably okay amount of public transportation. And one other good part is it gives details about the area safety. So it fetches all the information on the internet and the crime data, and tallies all of them, and then gets you the crime data. And let's say there's some sort of crime that has been reported in the area in the last 1 year, then the score basically goes down. So it also gives you a summary like this about the same safety concerns, crime rate, and everything. And it gives you details also about the property crime incidents, and it also gives you details about how the neighborhood is, whether it has well-lit streets, or how far away is the police station, and all of that. And it also gives you details about the nearby amenities, such as the school, medical center, restaurants, and then grocery stores. And based on that, the scoring will also be done. And this is a detailed explanation of the public transportation. There are 3 major bus lines and 15-minute frequency during peak frequency near the house. And coming to the area demographics, this is one important information that we need in terms of estimating the house's cost. For example, the median household income in the area, median home value in the area, and how the market trend is in the specific area, year over year growth. Let's say 5.2, this is 5.2% change from last year. And then it also gives you details about the nearby schools. And the extra information that it does in advanced analytics is basically give you the age demographics of the people in that specific area. How many people are there in each and every age group? And it also gives you a few lifestyle metrics about internet speed, noise level, and then commute time as well. Coming to the economic pulse, since we have discussed this previously, this page specifically gives specific to this house, and it also makes sure it covers all the detailed information regarding the economic pulse. So it gives you a graph with economic trends in the last 12 months in terms of construction, retail, sales, and the job market and how it's going on. And it also gives you scoring for the economic indicators, which is the construction activity nearby, which went up by 12%, and then retail sales, manufacturing index, and new business formation, and how the unemployment rate is, and housing permits. And it gives a few AI generated talking points to the for the buyer for his confidence, uh, based on all these scores, which is it is a strong economic it has strong economic fundamentals, and then it's an actively developing area based on this 12% increase in the construction activity. It has a really good strong job market, and it has a really good vibrant local economy, as the retail sales went up by 8%. And in an investment point of view, it also gives you a predicted annual appreciation. So so based on this, it also calculates how much the cost of the house next year would be if you want to buy it. And it gives you all this information. The cherry on top is the overall pricing impact analysis. Basically, it calculates the current estimated value, and also it gets you the market analysis and property condition, and what is the value after repairs and all of that. So it also gets information about the estimated size, the price per square foot in the area, and the repair cost impact, so which is $2,500 that we've gotten. And then it compares with the other houses that are getting sold nearby, which I'll be showing it below. And it also gives you a custom price evaluation tool where you can basically enter your listing price, and if it's too overpriced, it will tell you it's overpriced by how much. And then if it's too less, then it shows as underpriced. Coming to the comparable sales section, it compares to the nearby houses that have been sold, and it gets you the rates. It gets you the rates of how much they have been sold at. So based on its area and how far away it is from your house, it gets you all the information of that, and it gets you an average for the comparable price. It also gets the property value history for this specific property, whatever is the value that has been there since the last few years, and how the area grew. And based on that, it gets you all the starting value, current value, and overall total growth. We also provide with a mortgage calculator tool, which basically lets the realtors tell their buyers about their home price in case they want to go for an installment plan. So it gives you an estimated monthly payment, and it gives you all the details about that. You can select all of the loan term in years, and then interest rate, and then down payment, and it gives you the estimated monthly payment. So after all of this is done, basically you can deliver a report to the concerned owner, or you can basically have a look at what the report is. It fetches all the information into a PDF file, and when you click on this deliver report button, it basically sends the overall report as an email to the owner, and it ends here. Coming to the investor tools, basically for the realtor to look at, there are a few tools that we gave. For example, investor analysis. Like, let's say we have this specific listing, and then I can select my investment strategy, and then I'll have an overall investment score based on whether if it's a strong buy or not. And then it takes the scores of each and every factor, such as cash flow potential, cap rate, appreciation potential, risk assessment, market timing, economic health, and it gives you a detailed overview of the key strengths and the areas of concern about the specific thing. And it gives you quick metrics about the house. It also gives you an inference called market cycle indicators, which basically tells about if it's a seller's market or if it's in an expansion phase or not. And then it gives a detailed overview of the same. And then it takes in details of months of inventory, average days on market, price reduction rate, list to sale ratio, etc. It also provides a few graphs which talk about the market trends and interest rate impact on the power of the house. And you can also have a cash flow and ROI calculator here. And then there's a rental market analysis, which basically tells you about if you rent the house, how much it might go for. It also gets you the information about how much are the other houses nearby are giving their rents for based on their square feet and the beds and baths. All of these will be taken into consideration, and it gives you a estimation for your monthly rent that you can give. And this is a detailed overview of the market cycle indicators that we've seen in the previous page. And it also gives you details about the fix and flip analysis if you want to do that. And then let's say you want to repair your house and then sell it. So it gives you an overall breakdown of the house, and let's say, and it also gives you how much the sales price increases by. And we also provide a due diligence checklist where the realtors can basically use it as a checklist before they talk to the buyer or close a deal. Basically, talking about title ownership, stuff about zoning and permits, environmental damages such as if it's a flood zone or not, and then basic property inspection, which is done by the report software as well. So once it is done, all these checkboxes get ticked. And there are also HOA rental restrictions policies to be checked, and also a financial verification if there are the properties taxes filed or not. And then I can export this checklist and share it with the owner as well. And we also provide something called property comparison, where you can basically select multiple properties and have an overall overview about the each and every property when you're suggesting a house to a buyer. And then we show an investment portfolio where all the overall investment value of the realtor will be there at one place. So there's information about the total value that is got through, and then monthly cash flow, the total equity, and then average cap rate that they have been using. And it gives you all the graphs of that. And then it also gives an inference about how the portfolio diversification is. Let's say a single family home, duplex, multifamily, and commercial, how much have been sold, so that the realtor can get an overall overview, and then based on that he can go for his next sales. And in the properties one, he has all the details about each and every property the realtor has sold. And then it also gives an performance metric where the total return, which contains appreciation, cash flow, and then annual cash flow / equity will be shown. And then we also have risk assessment, how the diversity of the properties is looking at is. And it'll also give you recommendations to review underperforming asset, which is the 789 Pine, because it has a few issues. And then I can add a property from here as well. And the last one is basically having a watch list. So there'll be a search criteria. He can search between the min price and the max price. And you can also select the bedrooms and zip codes. And based on that, whatever are the houses the realtor is looking at, all of the data will be saved here. And you can view the details, or you can probably delete that. It gives you major details about how much the listing price is. If it goes down, then it's easy to sell. If it also gives you the days on market, and then how many days it's been since so how many times the price drop has happened, and last drop has been 3 days ago. It gives you all the required information like that. It also gives the realtor notifications and alerts. Let's say if a price of a house dropped by $10,000, the realtor gets a notification about that. And also the realtor can set up the notification settings where he can basically uh, toggle between yes or no for the price drop alerts, new listing alerts, market updates, interest rate changes, and days on market alerts. So this is the overall application, and thanks for watching.